Recording our session for today. Last class, we started studying something related to grammar, no? We were explaining and we were studying a topic which was past perfect tense, past perfect tense. And today we're going to keep on working on that topic, okay? So I'm going to share with you, wait a minute. This one. Okay, that was, we started studying last session, the past perfect tense. And hello, Steven, can you hear me?
Hi, teacher. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, right, well. Okay, so we started studying past perfect tense. And remember that this past perfect tense was made with the had as an auxiliary verb. Remember that had is the past of have or has, and the past participle of the verb. No, the third column, the first column is present, the second column is past, and the third column is past participle. So we are going to use past participle and had. We started doing an exercise. Let me show you. Let me show you. Not this one, not this one. This exercise. We started doing this exercise last session, and we finished with number 6, with sentence number 6. So I'm going to share with you, this link, the chat. You can find the link of this exercise, and you are going to do by your own from number 7 to number 20, okay? You are going to complete the sentences from sentence number 7 to sentence number 10, 20. Remember that you can check if your answers are right, if your answers are correct, here with the bottom check. So I'm going to give you, I don't know, maybe about 5 minutes. I suppose you can do it in 5 minutes, and then we are going to check your answers, okay? Is it clear for you, Paula and Steven?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, so please go to the chat and click on that link and start doing that exercise. When you have finished, you can tell me, and we are going to start, okay? So I'm going to mute my mic.
Okay, number 6 to number. Okay, no, number 7 to number 20. 20. Okay.
Okay, guys, did you finish? Paula and Steven, or not yet?
No, teacher.
Okay, let's continue. Okay, what about now? Did you finish? Steven, did you finish?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I finished it.
Okay, what about you, Paula?
Yes,
Did you
teacher.
finish? Okay. It was easy or difficult for you, Paula, to complete the sentences?
Teacher, for me, it was easy, but in 2 questions, I don't know because it's negative.
Okay. Okay. So when we are making negative sentences in simple past, we have to use didn't. No? For example, I didn't drink. She didn't speak. But when we are using past perfect tense, we use had plus not. No, had not or hadn't. Had not or hadn't. For example, had not broken, had not studied. Okay. What about you, Steven? It was easy or difficult for you to complete the sentences?
Some are difficult because not all have the word had.
Ah,
For example, meat is meat, seed, play, and the last one, had. It's very difficult. Uh, I don't not complete with without showing the answer.
okay. Okay. So we are going to try to clarify some things about the sentences. We are going to check the answers out. So please, Paula, number 7,
Uh,
read the sentence, the full sentence complete.
we got home to find that someone had broken
Okay.
the house.
Okay, had broken into the house. So, Paula, had broken in this sentence is the right one, is correct. But what does it mean, had broken into the house? Can you
Alguien
explain? Había what?
habían roto.
Okay, then the regular meaning of break from pair. That's right. But here in this sentence, it has another meaning. It has another meaning. Had broken into the house. It means that alguien había entrado en la casa. Okay? So remember, this is a phrasal verb. This is a phrasal verb, broke into or break into, and it has a different meaning. So when we say break into, means that you have to go inside a place, okay? But you go inside the place by the force, using the force, okay? Not using the door with the key, no. Break into the house, you have to enter or access to the house, but using the force, like a thief, no? Like a thief. That's the meaning of break into the house, okay? And next, Steven.
Okay, 8. I opened the fridge to find that someone had eaten
Eden,
all my chocolate.
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 Okay, remember that you can, a word like this can pronounce like eaten or eaten, no? both of them are right. Okay, you can say
Okay. Eaten.
had eaten or had eaten, no? What is the
Eaten,
difference? The typical difference. If you listen to an American people, he is going to say had eaten. If you listen to a British people, he is going to say had eaten. Okay, but you can say any of these pronunciations. Okay, I opened the fridge or the refrigerator to find that someone had eaten all my chocolate. All my chocolate. Okay, good. Next, Paula.
In night, I had known my husband for 3 years. When we got married,
Okay, when we got married. When we say get married, remember that is when you are a husband and wife, no? You become husband and wife. It doesn't mean get married, no? Get married. And in past, of course, the past of get is got, no? So got married. I had known my husband for 3 years when we got married. Next, Steven.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Julie was very pleased to
Pleased.
see that John had cleaned the kitchen.
Okay, Julie was very pleased to see that John had cleaned
Pleased.
the kitchen. Okay. Okay. In sentences like this, for example, Julie was and John had cleaned. So we are using both tenses, no? Simple past and past tense, past perfect tense, okay? It's very common to mix both tenses, simple past and past perfect tense. Es muy común en el inglés utilizar los dos tiempos a la vez, ¿no? Y ahí es donde les decía yo que muchas veces ahí tenemos que mirar es cómo se diría eso en español, ¿no? ¿Qué significa eso en español? John was very pleased to see that Julie was very pleased to see that John had cleaned the kitchen. Paula, tell me.
teacher, I have a question.
Tell me.
Digamos, si una oración está en pasado, ¿es necesario que la otra también esté en pasado o tiene que estar en pasado participio?
No, it depends on the sentence. O sea, depende de la oración. No es que, por ejemplo, o sea, esta es una oración completa, ¿no? Pero, pues, está dividida en dos, ¿no? Que es, por ejemplo, Julia estaba muy contenta, agradada de ver a John que había limpiado la cocina, ¿no? Decir, la primera parte está en pasado, la segunda está con pasado participio, pero eso no es una regla. O sea, puede que dentro de la misma oración las dos estén en pasado simple o las dos estén en pasado perfecto, ¿no? No es que ustedes van a sacar eso como regla y decir, ah, bueno, acá está en pasado simple, entonces acá la colocamos en pasado perfecto, no. O viceversa, ¿no? Toca es mirar la oración, el sentido de la oración y tratar de identificar como cuál es el objetivo de la persona que dijo esa frase. A ver, ¿listo? Entonces no es que se pueda tomar como una regla eso. ¿Ok? Next, Paula. Number 11.
In this, I put it hadn't rained.
Yes. Yes.
Or number, so the grass was completely
Dead.
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 Okay, here, if we are using a simple past, for example, rained is simple past, but we are going to make the sentence in negative form. We have to use didn't rain, okay? That's simple past, affirmative, negative. In simple past, we have to use the auxiliary verb did, okay? Simple past. But if we are going to use past perfect, in past perfect, we say had rained, okay? Or the negative form, hadn't rained, okay? Hadn't rained. It's important to take into account that. So in this case, it's a negative sentence, so we have to use hadn't. It hadn't rained all summer, so the grass was completely dead. Tell me, Paula.
Teacher, lo que pasa es que yo lo puse así, pero cuando le di chequear, me aparecía incorrecta.
Maybe it's the contraction, I don't know. Here it's okay, look at. But I don't know, let me see if I write like this one. Okay, if I write not the contraction, look at this. If I write had not, two words separate, the system, the setting is going to tell me that it's wrong, okay? So here I have to use the contraction, hadn't. And there is another thing. In this type of exercises, if we use another symbol, not the right or the correct construction, maybe it's going to be wrong. Let me see. I'm going to change the contraction to see that. Look at this. Here, I use not the correct symbol of the contraction. Look at this. I use another symbol, and it's going to be wrong because of the symbol, only because of the symbol, okay? Este tipo de preguntas, pues en estos ejercicios, esto pasa en el módulo del ebook, es que están configurados con una respuesta exacta, ¿no? Entonces, por ejemplo, acá el problema es el símbolo. Esta no es la contracción, esta es la tilde, ¿sí? Yo usé acá la tilde, entonces el sistema me va a arrojar que es error. Entonces, si yo cambio la tilde por el símbolo correcto, ¿sí? La tilde está así, la apóstrofe es así. Entonces ahí ya me va a decir que está bien, ¿sí? Lo mismo entonces si está configurado para que se utilice la contracción, si se coloca sin contracción, separado, had not, entonces también me va a mostrar mal. Entonces todas esas cositas hay que tenerlas en cuenta acá. Vamos a probar con esto. Bueno, acá mayúsculas si no tienen en cuenta. Por ejemplo, ya acá en algunos ejercicios que ustedes hacen así en línea, si no usan, si están configurados con mayúscula, entonces si no colocan la mayúscula les va a quedar mal. En este caso no hay problema ahí con eso, ¿sí? Okay, let's continue. Steven, number 12.
Okay, when he arrived at the party, Julie had just left.
Julie had just left.
Just.
When arrived at the party, Julie had just left. Okay, here. In English, we use arrived para llegar a un lugar, ¿no? But it depends on the place. Depende del lugar al cual lleguemos, utilizaremos una preposición como esta. In this case, arrive at the party, no? At the party. But, for example, if I'm going to say arrive in Bogota, for example, when we are talking about cities, we have to use the preposition in, arrived in Bogota, okay? So sometimes we can use arrive at when there is in a specific place, a very specific place. When we are talking about cities, we have to use in, okay? All the time we have to use in Bogota, in Cali, in Ibagué, okay? It's important to bear in mind that. Okay, and here we are mixing simple past and past participle, no? And here we find just, this just. Julie has just left. When we find this just, it means in Spanish, justo, justo, ¿ok? O lo podemos traducir como Julie acababa o había acabado de salir. Si no colocamos el just, es Julie había salido, ¿no? Había partido. Pero como colocamos el just, entonces Julie había acabado o justo había salido, había acabado de salir o justo había acabado de salir, de partir. ¿Ok? Let's continue. Number 13, Paula.
After arriving home, I realized I hadn't bought any milk.
And, okay, here, pay attention to the pronunciation. Arrive, this one, arriving, okay? It's the same verb, but here is in past, here is with ing. After arriving home, I realized this word can be right with S or with Z, okay? You can find that word with S or with Z, and both of them are correct. And realize I hadn't bought any milk. And here the same negative form, had plus not, but with a contraction, hadn't. Okay, good. Next, Steven. Steven, no lo escuchó. I didn't listen to you.
Okay. Number 14, yes?
Number 14, yes.
14. The laundry was wet. It had rained while I was out.
Okay. The laundry. What is the laundry, Steven?
Laundry. No, I don't.
You don't know what is laundry?
No.
Paula, do you know what laundry is?
I think that is lavadora.
Okay. Okay. The exact word for lavadora is washing machine, no? The washing machine. But laundry is too close, is related, no? Laundry is maybe the dirty clothes, okay? The dirty clothes that you put on the washing machine, okay? The dirty clothes you put on the washing machine. And the laundry is also the process. The process of washing the clothes is called laundry. And sometimes you can find laundry, for example, laundromat, or the name of a place, the laundry. And there people go to wash your clothes, other clothes, okay? In the United States, it's very typical to find that those kind of places where you go to wash your clothes. And that place is called the laundry, okay? That's the laundry. So the laundry was wet. What is the opposite of wet, Steven?
What is
What is the opposite? The opposite of wet.
mojado?
Okay, and the opposite?
It's wet and I don't remember.
How about you, Paula? Did you remember the opposite of wet?
It's dry.
Dry. Yes, that's right. That's right. Dry is the opposite of wet. Dry is the opposite of wet. Okay, next sentence. Paula.
William felt ill last
Ill.
because he had eaten too many cakes.
Okay, William felt ill. What is a synonym for this word, Paula? Ill.
No, I don't know.
You can say, for example, you can say, I am or I'm ill, okay? Or you can say, I'm sick, okay? Sick. When you don't feel okay, when you don't feel right, you say, I'm ill, no? I'm sick. I have fever, I have a headache, so I am ill or I am sick, okay? So in this case, William felt ill, no? William was ill last night because he had eaten too many cakes, too many cakes. Steven, do you like cakes?
Yes, yes.
What is your favorite cake?
Chocolate.
Chocolate cake. Okay,
Chocolate cake, yes.
okay. What about you, Paula? Do you like cakes?
Yes, teacher, I like.
Okay. Do you like nowadays there are too many flavors. Too many flavors. For example, do you like a red velvet cake?
Red velvet.
Yes.
I don't know this flavor.
You don't know that flavor?
No, teacher.
Red velvet? Okay, nowadays it's very famous. Is the red cake. The red cake is the red velvet. Have you known or have you looked or have you seen the red velvet, the red cake in the bakery? It's very common. Let me see. Going to wait a minute. I'm going to share with you my red velvet. Look at this. The red velvet. This is the red velvet. It's the red, of course, because of the color. Okay? The red velvet. And this is the red velvet cake. It's very common. Nowadays, it's very common to find in the bakeries the red velvet is one. Okay. Have you eaten red velvet, Paula?
No, teacher, I never.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I like cakes a lot that I know this kind of information. Okay, let's continue. Steven, number 15. Let me see. 16. Keiko.
Keiko met William last September.
Okay, Keiko met William last September. Now the past of meet is met. Good. 17. Paula.
First, I tidied
Tied it.
the flat, then I sat down and had a cup of coffee.
Okay. Tied it is the past of tidy, no? First, I tied it. You have to pronounce a D at the end of the word. And that's the past of tidy. I tidied the flat. No? When I say I tidy the flat, it's something like I clean the apartment, okay? The apartment. When I say I tidy the flat, it means I clean the apartment, no? It's very common to say tidy, no? Tidy, for example, I tidy my bedroom. That means I clean my bedroom, okay? I tidy the flat, then I sat down and had a cup of coffee. And here, when we say a cup of coffee in English, as I have said too many times, it's very common that you can find something like this, cup of. In order to say cup of, you can find cup of, okay? People, instead of saying a cup of coffee, they say cup of coffee, okay? Remember, in English, the contractions are very common, so maybe you can find this expression, or you can listen to that expression, because it's people speak very fast, and they join the word, so they are not going to say a cup of coffee. No, they say a cup of coffee, okay? That's very common to listen to that people saying that. Sat down and had a cup of coffee. Okay, let's continue, Steven. Number 18.
John played the piano when he was a child, but he doesn't play now.
Okay. Pay attention to the pronunciation. When I say child, singular, and children, plural, no? But the pronunciation is very different. Here, I say child, no? Child. And here, children, no? And what is the difference? When I say child, it's only one. When I say children, it's 2, 3, 4, many, okay? Pay attention to that difference with singular and plural. So here, John played the piano when he was a child, but he doesn't play now. He doesn't play now. Number 19, Paula.
When I opened the curtains, the sun was shining and the ground was white. It has snowed during the night.
Okay. When I opened the curtains, the sun was shining and the ground was white. It had snowed during the night, okay? When I opened the curtains that we find in the bedroom, our bedroom, the sun was shining, no? There was a light of the sun was shining a lot. On the ground, the earth was white, it had snowed during the night. And finally, the last one, Steven.
It's when Julie got home from her holiday, the flat was a mess. John had a party.
Okay, and here we have an example of what you were saying previously, no? That we find here too hot. It's very common. It's very common to find that expression, okay? But we have to understand that it's different, okay? Let me share this one. Okay, the first hat is past, is the auxiliar, like the auxiliar here with the meaning of haber. And the second hat is the verb with the meaning tener. Okay? When we find two hats like this, the first one means haber, the second one means tener. So in Spanish, we were saying John había tenido, ¿no? Había tenido. Remember that this had is in past, ¿no? The past of haber, el pasado de haber, había. Acá, el pasado de tener, en este caso, que es el pasado con had oído, entonces había tenido. So, John had had a party. John había tenido una fiesta. ¿Sí? It's very common and it's not wrong. Muchas personas, cuando no conocen la estructura, manejan la estructura de que ese primer had tiene un significado y el segundo otro, entonces van a decir, no, pues si le dan la opción de had, van a decir, no, eso está mal, eso no puede ser, ¿cierto? Pero sí, sí es posible tener ese had, like in this case. For instance, I can say, John had a soda. We can say something like this. John had a soda. John había tomado una gaseosa. ¿Sí? In this example, the meaning is John había tomado una gaseosa. Remember that when we are going to drink, we can say drink, we can say take, we can say have. Cualquiera de eso nos sirve para tomar o para comer algo, ¿no? Podemos decir drink, eat, the regular ones, or podemos decir take, have, ¿no? In this case, the first had, había. The second one, tomado. Okay? Yo no había tomado una gaseosa. So, you have to take into account this difference between had, between the two hats. Okay? That's very common. Now I'm going to share with you something that we have to take into account because I was listening to you and you were hesitating about the pronunciation of the verbs in past, no? You were hesitating too much about the verbs in past. Los escuché como dudando mucho acerca de la pronunciación de los verbos en pasado, ¿no? Una cosa es el verbo presente, otra el verbo pasado. Si no pronunciamos bien esos verbos, vamos a estar diciendo el mismo verbo en presente y en pasado. Play, play. No, y no se dice así. ¿Okay? Study, study. No, no se dice así. Presente es una cosa, en pasado es otra y la pronunciación varía un poco. Entonces vamos a mirar un video cortico. It's about 3 or 4 minutes. About the pronunciation in order for you to take into account that. Let's do it.
Hello, welcome to Pronunciation Practice. My name is Sammy, and using regular verbs tense. The spelling is easy because you just add ed, but the pronunciation can be a little tricky. Last weekend, I walked to the restaurant.
In this case, en este caso, mire, en este verbo, como es el verbo caminar, ¿no? In present, walk, termina ahí, walk. Y esta ed para este verbo se pronuncia como una T. Entonces, I walked, ¿no? Present, I walked. Past, I walked. ¿Sí? Es la K y la T, I walked, ¿no? K y la T, I walked. Escuchamos otra vez.
And I walked to the restaurant.
Okay, I walked to the restaurant. Está una T bien sonora al final.
When I got there, I glanced through the menu.
Otro ejemplo del mismo. Esa ed, en este caso, se llama el verbo normal, in present, glance. But in past, glanced, glanced, glanced. It ends with a T sound. I glanced.
Through the menu. The waiter arrived.
Another case. The waiter arrived. Arrived, present. Arrived with the T sound at the end, past.
The waiter arrived and I ordered a steak.
And ordered, ¿sí? Ordered steak. The waiter arrived and I ordered, ¿sí? We have to pronounce like a T.
After dinner, the waiter handed me the bill.
But here is different. Not always the ED is pronounced similarly. Here, we pronounce this like ED. So, in present, hand. In past, handed. Huh? Handed. Handed. Let's listen again.
The waiter handed me the bill. I left happy because my meal tasted great.
Okay, ED, taste, present. Tasted, past.
These verbs all have the past tense ed, but they are pronounced in 3 different ways. In walked and glanced, the ed makes a t sound. Walked, glanced. The ed in arrived and ordered ended with a d sound. Arrived, ordered. The ed in handed and tasted ended with an id sound. Handed, tasted. So how do you know which ed pronunciation to use? There are 3 rules to remember. First, if the verb ends in a t or d sound, use the id ending. For example, the past tense of verbs want and need becomes wanted or needed.
Okay, let's see. So we have three different kind of pronunciation of the verbs in past, no? The T, D, and id, no? For example, here, wanted, needed. Okay? But we have to study when we pronounce like a T, like a D, or like id, no? It's different. But remember, you can study there later. But remember that you don't pronounce the same. You don't pronounce the verb in present and in past the same, no? It's different. So we are going to stop here, and that's all for today, guys. You can watch the video. I'm going to share the video with you, and you can watch the video later in order to study that, because it's important, because you hesitated too much about the pronunciation of the verbs. So that's all for today, guys. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Okay, guys? See you.
Okay, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,
Have a good
bye-bye.
day.